Hey family, what's up? It's Nisi, back again with another video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. I'm basically going to do this video today about how to... No. I'm going to do this video today about how to avoid COVID. It's just giving you some tips on what I did to avoid getting COVID. I have gotten tested, and yeah, my test didn't come back positive. And you know, we've been in quarantine for months now, supposedly, because yeah. So that's what I'm going to get into this video. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to avoid COVID, because this is serious. Like, you know, a lot of people's getting sick, and I feel like I should bring awareness to it. How are you guys doing during this quarantine? You know, comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Physically, mentally, you know, we share. We're open here, like I said. You know, you could talk to me. So I want to know how you guys are doing. I'm doing okay. I mean, for the most part. Okay, one tip is how many times you wash your hands a day. I feel like depending on how much you go out and how much you are like interacting with people, especially if you're at work. Me, I work with like elderly people. I haven't been to work in a while, so like, you know, if you're dealing with like sick patients or whoever, it doesn't even matter, just for yourself, for self-care, I feel like you should wash your hands every time you come in contact with, you know, air, outside, anything that you touch, even in a grocery store, even your car, even the doorknobs, whatever. I feel like you should wash your hands. Not saying per se like you should wash it 11, 12 times a day, but I mean, you should wash it at least, I'm going to say, at least like 9 times. I don't know. Me, I'll wash my hands all day. Like, I could just finish touching something or just like opening something from my cabinets or whatever, and I'm back in the sink, like washing my hands. We should have been doing this, but I'm, you know, proper precautions, as they say. Another tip is because I'm still doing this. Another tip is how much you clean your house, like how much traffic you have in and out your house. You know, you shouldn't have people gatherings. Like, you know, I see there's a lot of gatherings and everything like that, you know, before your guests come and when your guests leave. When your guests leave, you mop your floors and everything. You wipe down your walls. You wipe down your doorknobs. You wipe down your you wipe down you get that disinfect, and you get to working, honey. Because let me tell you, me, I had company and I had family over. It wasn't too many of us. It was no more than 8 of us. Like, not even. It was no more than 7, 6 of us probably. I wiped down every wall, every doorknob, mopped the floor, swept, sprayed the couch down, sprayed the chairs down, wiped everything. Like, I was not playing, because this is serious. And then there's a lot of people who don't know, who are not aware of their own health conditions. So yeah, I would say that's one. Like, clean your house often. I mean, you should. How often you should come into contact with people too. You shouldn't be every day outside chilling, or going to hookah bars, or going to your friend's house, chilling, watching movies with different people every single day, or every other weekend, or every weekend. Like, that's not me. If I see my family, it's once in a blue. Like, you know, it's maybe like once a month or once every 2 months or something like that. Like, I have not been playing. Like, another tip is, I got here, how often you switch your mask. Now, this is important, because I see a lot of people wearing the same mask like all the time. I feel like every time your mask hit that air, you need to change that mask. Seriously. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's washable, I feel like you should, like, when you get home, you should wash it out. Wash it off. But you should have other masks to go out the following days, or whatever you have to do just to take care of business or whatever, you know. Because me, per se, I don't go out that often, and I really try to avoid myself from going out. If I don't have to go out, I'm not going out. Another tip is how often you steam your face. Now, this is important to me because my aunt put me on. She put me on. Thank you, Auntie. She told me, you know, like if you're outside, even if you have your mask on, if you're coming into contact with a lot of people, just even if you're not, it's just safety, like to go and steam your face. Now, what you do to steam your face is you get a pot of water, you boil it, you put some garlic, lemon, some cut up lemons, like fresh lemons, fresh garlic, and orange peels. Fresh orange peels. You peel it off and you put it in a pot and you let it boil. Now what you do is you let the steam come up and you put your face over the pot and you just steam your face for about 15 to 20 minutes. Every day. Not every day if you don't go outside every day, but if you do, I really suggest it because this helped me a lot. Like, I feel like that's why I haven't even have gotten sick or felt any symptoms type like COVID or anything, because this really helps. I did that like in the beginning, like I was doing it like almost every day, like, and I wasn't even going outside. I was like ODing for real. But I feel like if you are going outside and you are coming into contact with people, I suggest, highly suggest that you do that. Another tip is I will avoid crowds. Like, I will have certain days of the month, literally, and I would pick and choose my days when I'm going outside. Now, being that like doctor's appointments have opened, like, you know, doctors, dentists, everything like that. So I have children. I had to like schedule appointments that were canceled, like in May. I had to cancel and, you know, follow up now. So what I would do is I would try to get their appointments the same day, and I would do I would do it early in the morning. Like if it was like an 8:30 appointment, 8 o'clock appointment, I would do it early in the morning so we could get that out the way. Bring them back in, let them steam their face, you know, get ready to go back to online learning. And then I would go back out to the supermarket that same day. This is all in one day throughout the month. So I'll go to the supermarket, and once I come back from the supermarket, I'll do my laundry. So, and I have a laundromat like in my building, so I don't have to physically like go out, but it's still like there's a lot of people in this building. So I go downstairs with my mask and my cleaning supplies and everything like that, wipe everything down. But to avoid, for me to go out so much, I would try to get everything in that one day. I would probably be exhausted, but I don't care. I will do it that one day. Like, okay, I went food shopping. I got all the stuff for the house and I did my laundry. That's it. I don't got to go back outside to who knows when. And if I do, it's probably for something little, and I probably won't even go outside for that because it's like, no. So I feel like that's one tip, like to try to avoid certain crowds. You know, not even certain crowds, just a crowd of people, because, you know, like we all know Fridays are hectic. We all know Sundays are hectic. Even though a lot of people are out of work, Sundays are still hectic and it's still crowded outside. A lot of people still do their shopping on Sundays. And that was so crazy to me. I just recently learned that a lot of people, you know, do their shopping and have their family times on Sunday. Another tip is there's certain things that you eat, basically. Like you can eat broccoli, you can eat spinach, watermelon, things that will build your immune system so that if you are out as much, and I know there's people that have to work or just have other personal things to deal with day to day, you know, do these things like eat healthy, you steam your face, you know, wash your hands. Change your mask, please, God. Please change your mask. Those are some things that I did during COVID to avoid getting it, you know? And even when I went to the supermarket, I meant to mention this. When I went to the supermarket and I came back with my groceries, anything that's boxed, I take it out. Like if they have a bag or anything, if it goes in a freezer or if it goes in a cabinet, I take it out. I take the box out. I take it out of the box and I throw the box away. Now, canned goods and rice and like milk, juice, and like, cream cheese or like bread, those things I will disinfect and I will wipe it down before I even put it in my cabinet. I wouldn't put it in my cabinet without wiping it down. I feel like that's important too. Like, I feel like that's a very important tip too, because there's so many people in the supermarkets touching everything, coughing, and some people, they put their mask down, they put it up to here, like they sneeze. I wipe everything down before I put it in my cabinet on my refrigerator, because yeah, mentally during this pandemic, I would really try to stay positive, like so positive, because I'm used to like working every day. I'm traveling every day. I'm every day, daily, like, just traveling, working, doing what I have to do. I had to like, prepare myself like, okay, so this is what I have to do. So mentally, it was very, very, very challenging. And I know it was for a lot of you, or still is. I'm getting through it. I'm finding things to do. I'm just exploring, because mentally it can break you. To stay positive, I would write down goals. Like, okay, or I would write down, let me start with this first. I would write things down that I couldn't get done while I was working, or while I was like picking up my kids from after school, or taking them to Saturday school, or whatever the case may be is. Those things that I couldn't do during that time, I wrote them down. Okay, well, what can I do now that I have all this free time? I would write those things down, and I would, eventually go through the list, and I would accomplish them or complete them, whatever it is. I would do that. My goals, okay, Janice, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to write a book. I'm not saying I wanted to write it, but I'm just saying, like, anything that came to my mind, I wrote it down, and I did what I had to do. I wrote down my goals. Also, another thing is, I would surround myself with good energy. If the energy was great, I would surround myself, not physically, not saying in person, but on Zoom calls, on my Zoom meetings. I had a lot of Zoom meetings, or I had FaceTimes, group chats with my family, FaceTimes with my friends. Maybe once in a blue, someone would come over, drop something off, but it wouldn't be too crazy. I would surround myself with good energy, like positive thoughts, like not people who just want to bring it down, like, because we're already in a situation, and there's a lot of people who were really going through it and who are still going through it. So I would surround myself with good energy, period. Like, if it wasn't good energy, I didn't want nothing to do. I didn't even want to talk to you. I still don't want to talk to you if it's not. Like, that's just been me, always been me. And yeah, basically. And another thing I would do is I would pray a lot. I talk to God a lot. Like, as I've gotten older, I pray. I prayed a lot. And I talked to him, and I told him things that I want to do, and things that I want to get through, things that I want to overcome, traumas, everything. Like, that's what I did. That really helped me a lot. Like, a lot. Another thing is, I will watch TV shows sometime that will, that's funny, that's like uplifting, things like that. I will spend time with my kids. I didn't even know that they even like to do half the things they do, but now I do, and I'm happy that I've learned that. And in this process of during the pandemic too, I learned so much about myself. I've been new, but it's just more like personal. I feel like it's more personal. We did like arts and crafts, like we did little projects. We made things out of sneaker boxes and everything. Like, we did a lot. I did a lot with my children too during this pandemic. Sometimes we would just try to work out. That didn't work out, but we tried, or we would try to do experiments as cooking and just have different recipes, and let's try this and let's try that. we also did that as well. I just basically did any and everything that I was interested in and that my children were interested in that occupied us. Like, I did any and everything like that will occupy us so that we can, like, you know, just keep going. We wake up, get up early in the morning. They have remote learning, make up the beds, just do everything like as it was when it wasn't, you know, like as if we were really going out the door. We'll get up, eat breakfast, make up the beds, do remote learning. I'll do my work. They'll do whatever they have to do. And that's how we did it. My advice to you guys, if you know anyone who can use some of these tips, I suggest you really share it with them, because there's a lot of people who's been affected. I personally know myself, people who've been affected and lost people during this time, even myself. So yeah, I suggest, like, you know, we should take this really serious. You know, we don't know what can happen. We are living in uncertain times, honey. So if you guys know anyone or who could use some of these tips, or even for yourself, you know, make sure I highly suggest the steaming though. I really, really, really do, because it really, really works. Like, it works. So I don't want to keep you guys. I just wanted to give you some tips on what I did to avoid COVID, because as you can see, honey is well, and I'm so grateful and I'm thankful for that. My kids are healthy, they're well, they're not sick. So I'm grateful and I'm very thankful for that. So I wanted to share this with you guys, and you know, hopefully you can use some of these tips, or just to avoid getting it overall. I suggest you use them. And yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog today, and I'll see you guys soon.